Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
What's up, good people and Eagle fans? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. We got some interesting news. We heard that Clowney had been arrested, and it turns out it's arrested for parking in a parking lot that's closed. Now, I got to be real with you. If the parking lot's closed and it says it's closed, I'm not parking there because you probably have, at least I know how it is in Northern Virginia, they've got the tow truck predators that are waiting for you to step out of your car in an illegal parking space in the middle of the night. You're going to freaking IHOP, right? You go into IHOP and get some pancakes and stuff, and there's a doctor's office that's next door, and you say, well, nobody's parking. Nobody's going to the doctor at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, we just finished going to the club. Let's go ahead and get some pancakes on and some, some sausage and bacon and everything else. And you come back, and your car's gone because the tow trucks didn't grab it because you parked in the parking lot that was illegal. You know, it says there, 24 hours a day, no parking, businesses only. You're like, nobody's going to do that at 3 in the morning. They get your shit. So I'm going to say, Clowney getting arrested for trying to get in one that's closed. And the police say, it's closed. Don't park there. I'm sorry. That's not a great move. But it's just a misdemeanor. So it's no big deal. But then I heard Jerry Jones. I'm not going to play the whole thing because you don't want to listen to all of Jerry Jones. Because Jerry Jones, it gets to be kind of crazy. But Jerry Jones, who famously said, we're going all in, and then proceeded to do absolutely nothing, has kind of said, we're open for business. We're open for business to make some moves. Let's listen in here, and you tell me if you believe it.
But it's directed in a certain way. I love the philosophy. When I think of play calling, I love the philosophy of trying to get two players on offense on one player on defense, and between the two, be able to have yards out there, no matter if it's receivers, no matter what it is. And so my coach, Frank Boyles, was a basic mathematics approach to the game, 2 on 3, 3 on 4, 4 on 3. Outnumber them in a spot. That's the strategy. Then the rest of it's up to those guys to keep their hands in, not hold, don't foul, and use everything you can to shield them away from the ball carrier or to knock them down.
You talked about how you could take the trade capital from the Micah Parsons trade here on these airwaves before and acquire a player with it rather than waiting to draft. Would you consider yourself open for business in the defensive trade market?
Absolutely. I'm open for business, period, relative now that we have those extra picks, and we should be. And we'll operate with them judiciously. When we traded Herschel Walker, I basically traded a couple of I think a two for one of them for Alonzo Highsmith. And boy, what a great player. What a great person he is. But my doctor said he was through. It was bone on his knee. Well, I still brought him in. Of course, he was through. He didn't play any because of that bone on bone. It couldn't be repaired. What it gave us was the opportunity to cut and shoot. And we did do some things that you wouldn't have done with the normal picks. That's how Charles Haley got here. I couldn't have done that if we'd been sitting there with regular picks. I did it because we had extra picks. I was able to trade them to San Francisco to get Haley. It was a risk. It was a real risk to bring in Charles Haley. But the rest is history. He helped us get those Super Bowls.
Hey, shout out to Cut and Shoot, Jerry.
Cutting and shoot.
All right. You've got Ben Johnson. You got Brian Schottenheimer. You caught a lot of flack because people said, hey, he didn't bring in a Ben Johnson. He didn't bring in an Aaron Glenn. He didn't go out and get the name coordinator. We're going into 3 weeks in, getting a lot of positive feedback from former players saying that, Schotty has reinvigorated the culture. He's got a different mentality than we've seen from other Cowboy coaches in the past. What are your early returns and thoughts so far on Mr. Schotty?
Well, I'm proud of him, and he's basically bringing to the table everything that I felt you could put your finger on. Number one, for 30-something years, he's been in coaches' meetings at several different teams. He's got a doctor's degree on how to do it because he's been around it. And he understands the going and coming of all of the fads that go on in putting an offense together. Secondly, he has that kind of background. But guess what? He has the freshness of never having done it. This is my time. I'm going to get to show them. And, of course, I'm proud of my father, but this is a time for me to get to go do it. I love those dynamics. I love the foxhole about it. He passed early on a job that he could have had probably and been a head coach much earlier in his career. So I think we've got a seasoned coach, one that has been through a lot of battles. And I think we've got a seasoned coach that's never having done it. I agree now, head coach has got a lot more finger pointing towards you. But I sure like his fundamentals, and I like his approach, too.
The fundamentals.
He's got real, no other way to say it, he's got unique people skills, and he's engaging. And I think this will serve him well.
Well, we appreciate the time very much, good sir. We're back.
Yeah, we appreciate the time, Jerry. So, like I said, you didn't have to listen to the whole interview, but Jerry Jones saying we're open for business, and we will use those picks logistically. Okay. We're going to use them sparingly, damn it. Okay? Damn it, we're going to use them sparingly, but we might just use them to make the team better. We brought in Charles Haley because we had the extra picks from Alonzo Highsmith and things. So he's saying, I'm ready to wheel and deal and get this shit done. Will he or won't he? Will he or won't he? I can't tell you what he's going to do. I really can't tell you what he's going to do. I hope that he means it and that we do some wheeling and dealing from some real players that can make a difference. Right now, I'm good on my offense. But my defense, having that hole put in us from Micah Parsons going, yeah, we need some help. I mean, we've done some good things. You got to say Solomon Thomas, who's got the highest grade at run stopping and currently in the NFL, that's a great move. You got to say that Clark, bringing him in, is helping stopping the running game. But we got to get some more pressure on the quarterback, without a doubt. We'll see if Clowney, who was just arrested and released on a misdemeanor charge, if he's the guy that's going to be able to help us get there. I don't know, but we'll wait and see if that's the case. All right, good people, as always, hope to see you tonight at 9 o'clock.
There can be only one